Hey guys, so I'm a beginning programmer and I'm building stuff for my portfolio. And you might have seen my video about my chore chart app. And I'm currently in the stage of training a machine learning custom vision model to recognize pictures of clean versus dirty chore stations like the bathroom floor, the bathroom trash, the boys' room floor, the boys' made bed, the girls' room floor, the girls' made bed, etc. So while I'm doing data collection, I had the idea to make a personal productivity application, and so I'll show you the finished product first. We'll do a finish to start viewing of my process. I have built it in about 4, maybe 5 hours at this point, total work. It has a meme here that is generated daily. It uses ethical scraping guidelines. The terms of service here, it does use a bot script, but it's a good bot and it does not violate the spirit of terms of service of image flip here to bring this meme every day to refresh that. And it has my current activity listed based on my schedule that I upload and modify based on my life at that point in time. So you can change it to your schedule. You can make it, exactly what you want it to do. It doesn't have to show the exact time because it knows what time it is and it knows what you should be doing. So it shows you what your current activity should be. Shows a little inspirational quote. These change. It shows a recipe. Every time you open it, it'll show a different recipe with instructions as well. And I'll show you where this is pulling from. So this is an API. This is HTML. This is an API, and this is an API down here. Well, we're going to get to the coolest feature here. This is a Google Calendar API. And so I built this with Google Cloud, and it requires you to go into a testing phase with your app on the Google Cloud. But the initial testing phase, all that kind of stuff is free, especially for personal use. Maybe Google will change that. I think they're doing all this stuff, to give us a taste. First taste is free, and then they'll start charging us, but we'll see. That's in the future. This is what you can do with it right now for free. So I am not a very advanced, and nor am I a professional Python programmer, and I did all of this with Gemini 2.5 Pro, and again, this is free. You go to here, go back, and you go to aistudio.google.com, new chat, it'll save your old ones here, and so we'll go back here, Time Manager app, and we've got the whole history of it saved here, describing this as my latest confirmation that it does ethical scraping like I was just referencing. So, image flip, terms of service, we go through it, our low impact personal use, just basically looking at it for one single request, not slowing it down for other users, costing the owner money, it's fine, respects the site's robots.txt file in terms of service, built-in need not covered by the official API. And so we go here. This is the second part of it. Sorry, that was kind of an abrupt segue. This is the, brain of my operation. So I had this really clunky start a couple hours ago, and I was making this in custom Tkinter. And it's just, it's cursed, it's got the good meme function. Calendar is all cut off, this current activity is cut off, everything is, it's bad. So, decided to go to PyQt for one, and we changed the entire format of the GUI into PyQt, but we still have the Google Cloud basis. So if you want to do this yourself, console.cloud.google.com. That is where you'll go, and it'll come to this page right here, except for that will be good. So it'll show you this here, and you sign in, you do your thing here, make your account, link it, and try for free for 90 days. And I'm a student, so I'm already in the application process. You get some free credits here, but if you're a student, definitely apply for those free credits there, because it will really help you. This is what it'll look like once you build it. You can see the API requests coming in as I've been using it, testing it. And so, I mean, 6 months ago, I had no idea what an API was. I had heard of them, I guess. I had some basic HTML knowledge. Didn't have any Python knowledge. Didn't have any knowledge of like any of this stuff. I'd worked at AT&T. I worked my way up to a store manager with an AT&T authorized retailer, and so I had a pretty good basis of computing, wireless communications, the cloud and stuff, but I had no idea what you could do with it. And so that's, it's amazing to me why I'm making these videos, to show you what we can do nowadays. And so this is, you'll enable new ones there. These are Google specific APIs like Google Calendar. I can go there. I'm not going to show any sensitive details here. You've got software development kits, and then Maps API and JavaScript. You got a whole bunch of stuff. So you could theoretically make a personal dashboard that does everything, like this kind of stuff, like the MSN news stuff, but doesn't have all this random stuff, and doesn't tempt you into doom scrolling. And that's the biggest thing. And it reminds you of what you're specifically supposed to be doing right then and that time with your current activity and your schedule. So let's get into that now here. This is the bread and butter of the app, is the main script here. And this is one of the more organized apps I've only packaged like 3 apps. I've only written like 6 scripts or so, but this one's definitely the most organized. So we'll go through it here. Main script, imports, good bit of stuff, but it's not too bloated. Imports API clients. It does some definitions, but it's not a long script. We'll go into here to the API clients, again importing a lot of stuff. Beautiful soup for the meme formatter. We've got Google API clients, a lot of them, and again, not long. We got some, silly little errors. We'll fix those, but it doesn't affect the functionality. And then this is my actual scheduled data. So this, is where you can see the modifications you can make to make this specific to your routine and use up all 168 hours of the week, and use them effectively in a project management methodology such that your life stays organized. I'm about to start full-time college. I was just accepted for a scholarship, and I also got full Pell Grant, so I'm really going to be hitting the books. I wanted to build this to make sure that I knew, kind of like an angel on my shoulder, kind of personal dashboard app to always be telling me what to do. This is a little icon associated with it, and so this is the full build kit. This is after it's already been packaged, and so you run this. We'll run the main script to show you. It works, and it's pretty quick and pretty simple. Did some pretty complex debugging, explicit tracebacks, a lot of that. And I'll show you that too, because I think a lot of people are like, how do you go from prompt engineering to testing an application in a few hours? And the main thing is taking screenshots, and you can take a screenshot and then just control paste it right into the prompt bar. So you can screenshot right into the prompt bar. You don't need to go to Paint and save stuff. You can screenshot it right into the prompt bar, and it will, I think, use more tokens because of that. But you can see here, I've got, I'm making my README. So Forgot to do that when I first started, like I said on the beginning, but we'll go back here to the full new build of this application in the iteration that uses Qt, because it was, like I said, just kind of cursed using Tkinter. Custom Tkinter is the library for Python that's been around forever. This, screenshotting. I had fixed a lot of the formats issues here, but recipe of the day was not working, and so that I was just like, all right, we're gonna get away from Tkinter, and we're gonna have a again with the cutoffs. How hard would it be to go to PyQt? Would I have to pay for their license of just using it home? And so it really helps you with debugging. It walks you through the whole process, and I'm like, all right, you know what? We're gonna go to a new project, and we had this bug here, and so natural ceiling. See, it tells you, yeah, you've hit the natural ceiling of what Custom Tkinter is designed for. The cursed feeling is real. It comes from trying to force a simple toolkit to create a highly complex dynamic layout. So we will use PySide 6, PyQt's officially supporting Qt for Python projects. So it's the modern standard. It tells you how to think like a programmer. It tells you how to build, as long as you have, a good desire to learn, and you ask it, teach me good habits in app building from the get-go. What do I do first? Rename the project folder. And so I've just started here a new project in PyCharm. Like I said, you look at my YouTube videos, I was a farmer last year. I was a gravel hauling contractor, and my wife got recruited for a job in Maryland, and so we decided to rent out the farm. And I decided, since gravel is not going to give me some retirement fund or 401k or anything, there's no pension, business has gone way down, people are not buying gravel from me, so change industries. I am up to almost 100 certificates of completion and or professional certificates in cybersecurity, programming, system administration, data science. I've got an Anaconda certificate, I've got a Wolfram research certificate, I've got a lot of stuff going for me, and like I said, I just got knowledge that I was accepted into the scholarship. And so you'll be seeing a lot more of this stuff. I love computer science, always been good at computing, and you see I make music with computers, and so this is the logical next step, and it really fills my creative side of my life, and it helps me to feel like I'm putting something out. Music is great, but this is stuff that can help more people long term, I think. So I've got a idea for inventory tracking that helps grocery stores to connect the soon-to-be expired food with food banks, and the obvious missing variable there is going to be self-driving trucks. They need to be invented, refined, and deployed so that there doesn't need to be some person that then goes and collects those items, because the businesses, the grocery stores, are not going to want to add additional costs. Their customers would have to pay for it. So the technology is there to connect food with food banks using these APIs and using these systems that are already there, tracking all this data. And so the data is rich. Big data is more important than ever. Everybody talks about big data, but it can truly help people that really need help. So I'm one of them with my personal organization, time management. So that's why I'm doing this. Personal desktop dashboard application built with Python, PySide 6. Displays live data from several sources to provide an at-a-glance view of daily information. It tracks and displays scheduled activity based on a predefined daily schedule, updating every second. It scrapes a random quote, fetches a random recipe, and it connects to the Google Calendar API to show the next upcoming events. So it uses two APIs, and it easily and quickly gets that data. So I'll be putting this on GitHub. If you want my GitHub, it is the Winds of Mind. That's my GitHub, and I'm a real noob to all this, and am aware of how cringy all this is too for like some old guy like me to start coding and jump into this. But you know, I got good ideas, and I'm sure that this exact personal portfolio project has been replicated thousands of times, making personal dashboards, but I'm real tickled with it. It's exciting, and I'm learning new stuff every second. Even just while I had to jump back in and start a new screen recording to edit that because it went over length, I realized I could actually see it formatted in PyCharm here, the README. So it's, like I said, personal dashboard, dashboard application built Python and PySide 6. And let me know what you think, if you like these videos, if I should try to clean it up and make some sort of nice narration, that kind of stuff. I just don't know if I really want to put enough time to make it like that. I mean, you do 24 hours into a single video, whereas I could spend that time, you know, writing a new app or refining, you know, existing apps. So I am putting the training data together, taking pictures of my house in a clean state, all the different places in a clean state, and then all the different places in a slightly messy state, so I can train that custom vision model. And so look forward to a new video on that for the chore chart app. But I want to show you guys this, and I wanted to inspire anybody out there that is thinking about getting into AI, getting into coding, making, you know, something for themselves or for their family, for their household, to make it a smart household. It's super easy, and you know, as long as you ask the right questions and you're willing to learn. And I'm taking my fish oils and exercising and keeping my body healthy as well. So, you know, you keep up with that, and you can definitely teach an old dog new tricks and learn new skills into your old age. I'm excited for the next 37 years. I'm 37 years old, and you know, if I was hauling gravel and breaking my back every day, my next 37 years wouldn't be as fun as doing this. You can work out sitting in your office, you know, put some kettlebells in there, and while it's exporting and while you're getting, you know, feedback and debugging tracebacks, you can be pumping your weights and listen to music and stuff. You know, I've got 90s trance playing. I feel like a kid again. Super exciting. So again, the Winds of Mind, THEWINDSOFMIND on GitHub. And thank you for watching. If this is your first time and you watched the whole video, I really appreciate you, and subscribe and like, and I'll subscribe to your channel too. Thank you very much.